Comedy and horror are two sides of the same coin, opposite ends of the same spectrum, twin sibling genres that were separated at birth. What does two sides of the same coin mean? According to Cambridge Dictionary, they are very closely related, although they seem different. That's their definition. We delve deeper into the definition with the Collins Dictionary definition, where it says they are different ways of looking at or dealing with the same situation. Have you ever watched a horror movie where the scares just fell so flat, or maybe the tension or the timing was all off, or the circumstances are just goofy? Instead of being scared, you laughed. Have you ever wondered why that is? Other than that it was something that was meant to scare you and the laughter was almost in defiance, as if the movie were a monster looking you in the face and you were telling it, that's the best you got? Really? It's a reaction of bravado, which is in itself a reaction of protection. Protecting yourself. We often laugh to protect ourselves, to make it seem like the thing that was keeping us on edge before never had a chance to scare us to begin with. A punchline and a jump scare both require a setup and a sense of anticipation. They both hinge on timing. If you're a comedian and you screw up the timing, the result is a room full of poker faces. So when we fail to make someone laugh, we unnerve them. But when we fail to jump scare someone, we make them laugh. Or you just don't faze them at all. But the former is more satisfying than the latter. When horror incidentally becomes humor, it's because of a simple biological fact. Laughter is a fear response in the brain, and it is more tension-releasing than just no reaction at all. And even when the jump scare is successful, like in a video game or a haunted house attraction, we still laugh. We laugh at the other person getting scared, or we laugh at how we got so scared so easily, because we released the tension. I would know, considering I once worked as an evil clown for a Halloween festival at an amusement park at a haunted attraction. It was my first job, and I was 17 years old. I also write horror fiction and comedy. Both genres often take a normal fact of life or some common uncomfortable theme but exaggerate it 1,000-fold for the sake of entertainment and imagination. Take the idea of Jaws. They took a normal day at the beach, swimming in the water, enjoying the day, into a bloodied massacre. Now you don't see oceans the same way anymore. Take Stephen King's It. Now you can't look at surrogates again without seeing Pennywise in your mind. Take The Invisible Man, domestic violence, or Rosemary's Baby, another story about gaslighting and psychological torture, manipulation, taken in a fantastical direction of exaggeration to fully illustrate their terror. Now look at any SNL or Key and Peele skit where they do the same thing, taking normal, mundane things we all go through and exaggerating them for comedy's sake. In this way, both genres are parodying things. One does it in a mocking light, the other in the lens of a nightmare. Speaking of Jordan Peele, the man who inspired me to withhold his release in the first place, as he believes the same things, that comedy and horror are two sides of the same coin. He is a comedian, and yet he has directed two successful horror movies with the exact same style of writing he uses for his comedy skits, exaggeration. Now, of course, all I've done so far is go down a list of why the two genres are so similar. But why are they different? Why are they similar at the same time? that they are different? The answer is simple. They are both reactions to reality. It's simply two different choices in how to react. They are coping mechanisms, humor and fear. And you're not the audience, but rather writing one of the two genres. It's just as therapeutic as being the audience members receiving the scare or a joke, actually even more so. They both relieve tension, and they both are methods for how we deal with things, discomfort us, unnerve us, or even scare us. We either choose to see them in a silly light on the surface, or delve into a different reaction entirely, one that scares us. And that is why I believe that comedy and horror are two sides of the same coin.